Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the Daily SPY report for Friday, November 26, 2021. Before I jump into the charts, just want to encourage you to please click like and subscribe. Clicking like helps with the YouTube presence, the YouTube search engine optimization, I think they call it, and Subscribing to the YouTube Wicked Stocks channel will be an advantage to you. You'll be notified each and every time new content by Wicked Stocks has been uploaded to our channel. The Daily SPY report itself goes out every trading day, usually by 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, Chicago, for the next trading day. So let's jump into the charts for Friday, November 26th. These are all daily bar charts, and you can see here the channel formation that I'd mentioned earlier in the week that was a target at one point can contain selling into next week. And once tested, and we did test it on Tuesday, once tested, the market can muster a rally back to that 477.45 long-term resistance area. So in this snapshot, we're really seeing two time frames. One is the near term above 464.93 that is actually stable. You could even make a bullish case as we continue into next week because we could reach 477.45. So that is the near term, stable to bullish. But the long term, 477.45, that long-term trend line, we've tested a number of times over the last few months. We've pushed to within 1% of it a couple of times over the last few weeks. That is our long-term ceiling, and below which this market remains prone to falling south into later December, down to the 440.28 formation, possibly by the end of December. We don't have the signal for that, the trigger for that, and I'll get to that in a moment. But let's take a look once again at the near-term chart here. 464.93, once again able to contain selling into next week, and above which we can push higher into next week. Upside today, I still have that 470.17 former short-term channel bottom that has performed well the last couple of days. It can continue to contain initial strength. We may actually open above it today, hard to say, but if we open below it, the market can fall back to 464.93 intraday. But if we push above 470.17, then we just might reach the channel top today by the closing bell at 474.40, which can contain daily buying pressures. I want to mention with the 470.17 formation that just be careful being an aggressive short seller here. I think if you're an aggressive day trader, have at it. But otherwise, there's a couple of bullish scenarios that have played out. First of all, we closed above Tuesday's high, which was the move low. So that in itself is a sign of bullishness potentially. We also closed higher on the day again. So 470.17, yes, still a soft pivot point, but if we push through it, we could have a really strong short cover rally today, all the way up to that 474.40 short-term, near-term channel top, where we can place a daily high. Let's take a look at the support and resistance, and you can see how this looks on paper. 464.93, able to contain selling into next week. And as I say, above which that 477.45 long-term resistance area is in reach again over the next week or two. Upside today, 470.17, able to contain initial strength, below which 464.93 is in reach again today. But if we push or open today above 470.17, that 474.40 level is attainable by the closing bell, where I would expect us to place a daily high. Now, if we close today above 474.40, then expect that 477.45 long-term trend line again, probably on Monday, where we could top out into possibly through December trade, and below which 440.28 is in reach over the next month or two. The downward trigger would be closing today below that 464.93 channel bottom, but I'll get to that in just a moment. But let me finish with the 477.45 long-term resistance level first. If by the end of next week we do close above 477.45, that long-term trend line, then just the opposite. We have an indication for longer-term bullish continuation, and ultimately over the next 3 to 5 months or so, I would anticipate that 525.98 long-term channel top. There'll be many hurdles on the way up. And I'll be apprising you of those points. But honestly, if we close above 477.45, that trend line rather, by the end of next week, for instance, 525.98, that formation becomes a 3 to 5 month objective. Let's talk downside right now. That I mentioned that 464.93 channel bottom. Here it is more blown up and properly shown. If we happen to well, let's go to the support and resistance level first and show that if we break 464.93 today, then 462.04 becomes a likely intraday target. We could bounce nicely there, but you know, it's a Friday and all, and things can get ugly on Friday. So if we break, especially if we open below 464.93, and I don't anticipate that, but you never know what may happen over the holiday and so forth and so on, 460.53 potentially in reach today if we break 464.93. 460.53 well suited to contain daily selling pressures. But back to the chart here, if we close below 464.93, the 455.53 channel bottom, or I should say channel extension, becomes a 3 to 5 day target. As I've been saying, we may reach that within a day or two. There's a lot going on there. In fact, there is, almost to the very tick, a 3/8 downside Fibonacci retracement from the October low to the very recent Monday high. 455.52, I think it actually is, and also 454.05, the September high. So the mid 450s become a 3 to 5 day objective if we close below 464.93. The mid 450s able to contain, I'm still going to say 2 to 3 day lows. We can get a nice bounce there back into the mid 460s again within a few days. But honestly, if we close below 464.93, I'll be holding to the 440.28 target, and I think it'd be about 3 to 5 weeks that will put us into late December where we could bottom out through January, possibly through Q1 itself. And that's really all that needs to be said for today. I'll leave you with the support and resistance levels for the Daily SPY report for Friday, November 26th. You can print this off your smartphone or off your desktop PC, whatever the case might be. Please click like, please click subscribe. Helps me out a great deal. I appreciate it very much. And I'll be back on Sunday afternoon when I will deliver Monday's SPY report. And that's all I've got. You have a great weekend.